you mentioned that you were into gaming and stuff like that. And I was kind of just wondering, your gaming background as well. How did you get into it? Did you grow up with games? What kind of games did you play? All that stuff.
Yeah, I grew up gaming. So my mum has three younger brothers, and because they're her younger brothers, they're a little bit like my brothers, really. So I was always growing up. I was always spending time at my grandparents' house where they grew up, and so my uncles, they were lucky enough to have every console going, pretty much. So I have a picture of me at 2 years old playing on the Spectrum. So that's where my gaming journey started, basically. And I remember playing Manic Miner. That's the only game I remember playing on it. Apparently, I remember seeing the cassette tape for Jet Set Willy as well. So maybe I played that. But and I think that's where I got my love for music as well, because I remember the music from In the Hall of the Mountain King, I think. I think that's what it is. Anyway, I can't remember. For Manic Miner and all this classical music that was used for games, because obviously they didn't have the copyright issues back then. So I think the music and games sort of came hand in hand for me when I was growing up. And I remember the Amiga was probably one of my favorite consoles. I spent a lot of time playing Amiga games. And then, Sega, Mega Drive, the Sega, what was the handheld one? I remember playing that as well, Sonic on that. Everything, they had everything. So I was lucky, really. And then I used to play a lot with my uncles. We'd play, together, and we'd take it in turns and watch each other. So I just loved gaming from a very young age. And but it was always separate, it was never something that I did with my school friends. I don't think any of my school friends really that I know of played games. So it was also always something that was just at my grandparents' house.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of have very similar memories. I remember my dad getting me a 360 and being like, you're supposed to play with your mates online, right? And I had no idea. I was like, no, this is just for me. So for gaming was very much kind of like a personal thing for a long time, and you kind of have that one-on-one interaction with the game, and you kind of grow in kind of in a creative way. You grow in very kind of, I guess, multifaceted ways. You were talking about music and art and stuff like that. So I think it's fascinating.